Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are reading from Caitanya Caritamrita Adi-Lila, chapter 7, text 107. We are still hearing the pastime between Lord Chaitanya and the Varanasi sannyasis. Brahma Parmada Vipralipsa Karana Patava Ishvarera Vakye Nahi Dosha Esaba. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The material defects of mistakes, illusions, cheating, and sensory inefficiency do not exist in the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Material defects. What are the material defects we have? Mistake. We each of us in this material world, we have this 4 defects. We make mistakes. We are in illusion. We have this propensity to cheat. And our senses are imperfect. So these 4 defects, we have it right now because we are in the material body, but God does not have it. God does not have these defects. God is always God. He never comes under this illusion of making these defects. A mistake is the acceptance of an object to be different from what it is, or the acceptance of false knowledge. So we do that. We accept wrong things so many times and we think it's the truth. For example, one may see a rope in the dark and think it to be a serpent. Or one may see a glittering oyster shell and think it to be gold. These are mistakes. So we cannot say any of us has not experienced this, We may see something and we really believe it is that. But after a certain time, we realize, it was a mistake, That's why they say to err is human. To err is human. So we have this. Similarly, an illusion is a misunderstanding that arises from inattention while hearing, because sometimes we are not able to hear all the time, 100%. So we may make up something. We are in illusion. We are in illusion. We are thinking we are God. We are thinking we are the controllers. We are thinking we are the proprietor. We are thinking we are the best friend. This is illusion. And illusion is a misunderstanding that arises from inattention while hearing, and cheating is the transmission of such defective knowledge to others. So how do we cheat? Is our knowledge is improper, and if we give the improper knowledge to someone else, then we are cheating them. If my knowledge is not correct and I give this knowledge to you, then I'm cheating you, isn't it? So I have to be very clear of what I am speaking. Where am I speaking from? So that I don't cheat others. Materialistic scientists and philosophers generally use such words as maybe and perhaps because they do not have actual knowledge of complete facts. So we can see we are reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Caitanya Caritamrita. There is nothing like according to me. Prabhupada never uses such words in his purports. According to me, I think, maybe, it should be like that, it shouldn't be like that. No. This is the words what Krishna says. This is the words of the authorities. This is the words of the Shastra. That's it. That's it. We don't have to manufacture anything. We simply have to repeat what is already been given to us. The scriptures are already saying it. We just simply have to repeat it. We hear from the authorities, authoritative sources, and we simply repeat it. Therefore, the instructing others is an example of cheating. Final defect of the materialistic person is his inefficient senses. Although our eyes, for example, have the power to see, they cannot see that which is situated at a distance nor can they see the eyelid, which is the object nearest to the eye. To our untrained eyes, the sun appears to be just like a plate. And to the eyes of one who is suffering from jaundice, everything appears to be yellow. Therefore, we cannot rely on the knowledge acquired through such imperfect eyes. So, we see something, but we mistake it. The object looks so different to us. The sun, the way it appears to us, that's not the way the sun is really, right? We can't go towards the sun because we would get burnt. But from our vision, it just looks like a circle stuck in the sky. That's not how the sun is. We can't even see the germs that are flying in front of us. We can't see it. Our eyes are imperfect. There are millions of microbes on our skin or in the air around us, but we can't see them because our eyes are imperfect. So therefore, we cannot rely on the knowledge which is based on our own senses. Sometimes we get, no, I've seen it, how can it be wrong? But we could really be wrong, The ears are equally imperfect. We cannot hear a sound vibrated a long distance away unless we put a telephone to our ear. And many times we may even hear something, but we hear it in such a wrong way. And when we clarify it with the speaker will say, no, I didn't say this. Oh, but I heard you saying it, but I didn't say it. I don't know if you all have had that experience. And then there might be a discussion about that. Oh, but you did say it. No, I didn't say it. Imperfect senses. Similarly, if we analyze all our senses in this way, we will find them all to be imperfect. Therefore, it is useless to acquire knowledge through the senses. So if we are going to think that we can get perfect knowledge based on our senses, then we are mistaken. Why? Because our knowledge are not perfect. If we rely on our senses for knowledge, our knowledge will be imperfect because our senses are imperfect. So how can we get perfect knowledge? How can we understand the truth? The Vedic process is to hear from authority. That Shruti, hearing from who? From the authority. Who is the authority? The one who has seen the truth. In the Bhagavad Gita 4.2, the Lord says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarashyo viduhu. The supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood in that way. We have to hear not from a telephone, but from an authorized person, for it is he who has real knowledge. So if we at all want to understand the absolute truth, not the relative truth keeps changing according to time, place, and circumstance. But the absolute truth, if we want to understand, we have to hear from the authority, one who knows the absolute truth. And this is the system which Krishna recommends also in Bhagavad Gita, that hear from the authority, hear in the parampara system, hear in the disciplic succession. We simply have to follow Krishna's instructions. If we think we are smarter than Krishna, then we are being the greatest fools. We just simply have to follow what Krishna is saying and not think ourselves that we know more than Krishna. We keep thinking I'm smarter than Krishna, so I can do my own thing. I can make my own way. But no, Krishna is the most intelligent. He's God. There's no one more intelligent than him. So we simply have to hear from the authority to get perfect knowledge. Is that okay? So we'll stop here for today then. Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.